Windows 10.7 is a mod-ed version of Windows 10, that looks like Windows 7. It has Aero, but not Basic or Classic. The title bars and taskbar have a blurry transparency. The Control-Alt-Delete screen and sign-in use the command line logon UI, on a black background. Windows on the login screen have a broken non-transparent Windows 7 Aero theme. MDI sub-windows have a gray broken Windows 7 Basic theme. In Windows 7 they have the Basic skin. In Windows 10 they have the Windows 7 Basic skin. Windows 10.7 has the classic Alt-Tab switcher. It has the Windows 7 Task Manager. What happens if I end Explorer.exe? The taskbar and icons disappear, and the background goes gray. Title bars become a non-blurry transparent. Windows minimize into little bars, which have the Windows 7 Basic skin. Running Explorer from Task Manager brings back the taskbar, icons, wallpaper, and blurry transparency. What happens if I end DWM.exe? Like in Windows 10, DWM restarts as soon as I end it. Let's rename DWM.exe to stop it restarting. The windows are inside an outer window with the classic skin. Taskbar and start menu are black. This lasts about 10 seconds until the screen goes black, and stays black. If I reboot, it just hangs on a black screen. What happens if I copy run DLL32.exe as DWM.exe before ending DWM.exe? Windows have a black box behind them. The screen doesn't turn black. Taskbar and start menu are black. Taskbar doesn't show thumbnails for running apps. Desktop peek doesn't work. Desktop wallpaper doesn't fade when changing. There is no window close animation. What happens if I end Explorer.exe while DWM is not running? Background goes black instead of gray. Windows on the login screen have the Windows 7 Basic theme. Windows on the Control-Alt-Delete screen have the Classic theme. Pressing Shift 5 times on the login screen brings up sticky keys. Sticky keys is sethc.exe, so let's rename sethc.exe to sethc1.exe, then copy cmd.exe as sethc.exe. Pressing Shift 5 times now brings up a command prompt. You can run apps on the login screen. What happens if I run Explorer from the login screen? Taskbar comes up on the login screen. The right end of the taskbar looks like it does in Windows 10. Taskbar shows running apps, which look like how they do on Windows 8.x's taskbar. It has the Windows 7 Start button. It has the Search and Task View buttons from Windows 10, but they don't work. Most of the items at the right of the taskbar don't do anything when clicked on. Right-clicking the taskbar brings up a menu, none of the items in that menu do anything. You can drag a box on the desktop. Desktop shows icons. File Explorer and Control Panel don't work. Task Manager doesn't work on the login screen. You can also run Explorer.exe from the Control-Alt-Delete screen. Task Manager works on the Control-Alt-Delete screen. What happens if I end logonui.exe? It comes up with an error message saying failure to display security and shutdown options. The sign-in process couldn't display security and sign-in options when Control-Alt-Delete was pressed. If Windows doesn't respond, press Escape or use the power switch to restart. End of video.